Hello, I'm Geoffrey Guy, the founder and chairman of the Guy Foundation. I'd like to give you a brief introduction to our report, The Health Hazards of Space Travel, Novel Insights from Quantum Biology. Now, why did we write this report? A few years ago, we realized that very low magnetic fields affect quantum spin, and this could have serious biological consequences. Now, the health hazards of spending time in space where the magnetic fields are extremely low, appear to be more serious than previously thought. Almost all the data so far about health hazards in space come from below 500 miles of low Earth orbit. It's not really known what happens when we go further into space and for longer periods of time. What will health look like in space for the ordinary human passenger? Now, we wrote this report by establishing a space health program, and we assembled a group of experts from the fields of biology, physics, medicine, and space science. And through convening seminars and reviewing relevant academic literature and key reports and research into this area, we were able to identify the main knowledge gaps. So what are the key messages from the report? The space science community accepts that space travel causes mitochondrial dysfunction, which contributes to accelerated aging and other health effects. Now, research on gravity and ionizing radiation has been well developed, but only for low Earth orbit. Hypomagnetic fields and altered light spectrum are not well studied and may pose a serious risk. In order to travel to the moon and Mars and establish colonies there, humans must thrive, not just survive. We believe that quantum biology is a useful tool for space health research, and it's critical that experiments should be undertaken urgently to establish the extent of the risk. Now, humans have evolved in the Goldilocks zone of Earth. This includes temperature, gravity, magnetic fields, appropriate light spectrum, circadian cues, and protection from ionizing radiation. But if astronauts go into space beyond low Earth orbit, they will go outside the evolved adaptive metabolic envelope. Now, some of the factors in the Goldilocks zone are important for maintaining day-to-day normal function, but others, if perturbed, may cause direct damage to cells through oxidative stress. So what does the report tell us that's new in science? Well, there are many factors that influence health in space. And over the past 60 years, space scientists have been looking into ionizing radiation and the effects of microgravity on space travelers. And you'll see from the picture on the right-hand side of this slide, the effects of the Earth's magnetic field protecting the Earth from ionizing radiation by deflecting it. But we now recognize that magnetic fields have a direct impact on cellular function, especially at a mitochondrial level. In addition to that, the altered light spectrum of living in artificial light and the inertia of traveling through space at high speed all have impacts on the way cells grow and divide. Now, the report addresses mitochondria in many different parts. Mitochondria have been known for many years as the powerhouse of the cell. They're responsible for energy production, and this is through the production of a molecule called adenosine triphosphate, ATP. And we produce about 60 kilos of this a day. The process that produces the ATP relies very heavily on molecules that are sensitive to light. And if this process is perturbed, then this may lead to inflammation, common diseases like diabetes, and has an impact on cell death and regeneration. It is known that many cancers have mutations of the mitochondrial DNA, and the mitochondria have a significant role in aging. But not only do the mitochondria produce energy, They're also responsible for communication and the transfer of information for the normal day-to-day functioning of cells, but also when the cells are distressed and stressed. We have shown in our experiments that some of this communication is by the production of very weak amounts of light, packages of light from the mitochondria, commonly known as biophotons. So what do we hope to achieve from the report? We feel that urgent research is needed. In the foundation, we have already begun repeating standard mitochondrial and metabolic tests in the altered quantum environment of low magnetic fields and altered light spectra. And in due course, this research should include multiple factors like gravity and radiation. This research will help us to evaluate the impact on health and survival, and most importantly, enable us to propose mitigating measures. Now, the accelerated aging process and other health hazards we see in space should enable us to learn more about those problems here on Earth. And finally, we think that this program of research will advance support for quantum biology, which is in itself an emerging field of science. So over the past 6 years, the Guy Foundation has been facilitating thinking in the area of quantum mechanics as it affects living systems. We've done this through curating and leading and funding research projects and collaborations. Our scientific papers have covered the theoretical considerations, proposed hypotheses, and reported the results of our research programs. The 200 or more scientists that form our faculty have been involved in a number of our scientific symposium, which we run throughout each year. And what we hope we will be able to achieve is to bring quantum biology into the mainstream of diagnostics and therapeutics. So can we invite any interested scientists or organizations that would like to become involved to contact either our program director, Nina Copping, or our director of science, Professor Alistair Nunn. Thank you very much.